Welcome to Chalk Talk. I'm Kim Davis. Not only are the Houston Texans 2-11, they are now without their head coach. Texans owner Bob McNair made the decision to relieve head coach Gary Kubiak of his duties on Friday morning after the team's, woeful loss to Jacksonville. Now, Mr. McNair, in his press conference, of course, he gave credit to Kubiak for all he has done for this team. He said he'd hoped that Kubiak could retire here because that's how much respect he had for him and how much he liked him, but that it was just time for this team to do something different because at the beginning of this season, they had different expectations. He says, we're about winning, and it's just unacceptable. And so if you didn't watch Thursday night's loss in Jacksonville, it was ugly. The Texans were penalized 177 yards. They looked a little, lethargic to start the game. And, by the way, Kubiak pulled Case Keenum for Matt Schaub again in this game. Now, Mr. McNair would not say that that was the reason or that it played a part, but I got to tell you, when I was sitting there watching that game, I thought, wow, that is almost like thumbing your nose in the owner's face. One of the things that did happen at the news conference when Bob McNair talked about his decision to relieve Kubiak of his duties, and by the way, Wade Phillips will be the interim head coach for the rest of the season. Mr. McNair said on several occasions how much they wanted to see what Case Keenum could do, how he has come in, he's been energetic, he's young, and while the jury is still definitely out on Case Keenum, they're hoping to see what he can do the rest of the season and that he should be given every opportunity to earn a job on this team in the future. In fact, he said in no uncertain terms in the news conference that Case Keenum will be the starter for the remainder of the year. Later in the day, the Texans released a statement that they also have relieved Marciano, the special teams coordinator, of his duties. I don't think anybody is surprised by that. The special teams have been, just anything but special. Marciano has been with this team its entire existence over the 12 seasons, but special teams play had just gotten to be really, really bad. So what happens now? The Texans are looking for a coach. Mr. McNair said he wanted to get the process started. He would not release a short list. He's going to keep the search confidential at this point. But here's some things he's looking for. Somebody with head coaching experience, someone with NFL experience. And when he described the characteristics of the coach he's looking for, the very first word he used was ethical. Ethical, he said energetic. He wants someone that's smart, enthusiastic. But the first word he used was ethical. It will be interesting to see which direction Bob McNair goes. I did ask him about Lovie Smith, and he said while he is going to keep the list of candidates confidential, Lovie is certainly a good coach and one worth looking at. So this next several weeks will not just be about wondering who the Texans will draft with their number one pick, but who's going to run this team? Who's going to be the head coach? What kind of system will be put in place? And so the next few weeks will be really interesting. One of the things that Bob McNair also said is that they are trying to win. No matter what anybody thinks, they have 3 games left, and they want to go out and try to win all 3 of them. He says, we are winners. This is not a long-term problem we're trying to fix. We plan to be back in the hunt next season. This should be a quick turnaround. So stay tuned. The next few weeks should be really interesting. That's it for Chalk Talk. I'm Kim Davis.